You are at a major turning point in your consciousness. And that means because you've changed, because you've shifted, lots of stuff in your life is going to be shifting and changing too. Now, raise your hand if you've ever had a huge change happen in your life that was hard, that was painful. Okay, me too. Me too. But what I'm going to share with you in this video, as simple as it is and as funny as it may sound at first, is literally going to change the way you walk forward in your life when things change, when things that you've depended on fall apart, when hard things happen that you didn't expect. What can you depend on? Where can you go for the power, for the answers? It is very simple, okay? You are at a place right now in your life where your consciousness is expanded to higher levels. You could not be seeing this video if that was not the case for you. Now, because your consciousness is expanded to higher levels, you literally have more source energy flowing into your human reality. That means that things are going to be changing much more quickly than they ever have before. Now, if you have been experiencing things shifting more rapidly than you ever anticipated they possibly could, raise your hand. Okay? Seriously, let me know. I'm curious to hear from you guys. Things are happening so quickly, but some of the things that are changing are hard. There are some tough changes and shifts that are taking place in our lives right now, and because we're so expanded, they're happening extremely quickly, and that can be kind of hard to swallow sometimes, because a lot of the stuff that is coming into our lives now, that is the new vibrational match and resonance of who we are and who we're growing into, in order for it to come here, the things which have been taking its place have to leave. That means in order for your new friends to come, your old ones might have to go. In order for your new financial situation to arrive, your old financial stuff is time for that to go too. In order for who you really are and what you came here to do to get to you, what you may have been doing for years that you've depended on, that you've identified with, that may also need to be let go so that you could allow in who it is that you really are that is growing right now. The reason I'm making this video, the reason that we are here with you today is because some of these changes are hard for us on the human level to understand. And it can be so painful when we start to really see and understand that anything we depend on, anything we really depend on in our lives, because everything changes, when that finally has to leave your reality because it does not belong to you anymore, the things you depend on are the things that let you down the most. This is not a pessimistic, negative video. As a matter of fact, what I'm about to share with you is going to put a huge smile on your face. I know it. Hear it again before we break into it. The things that you depend on the most are the things that are going to let you down the most when they change. And everything in this reality changes, even you. It is unstoppable. Change is the only constant, and even that may change someday. So we have to be ready. We have to be true, courageous warriors in our lives, and we must be willing to move forward and let life happen. But I found that there are two places that we can go, two things that you can 100% depend on in your life. Two things. You may laugh at this. Here's number one. Watch this. Lightning. You can depend on a dog, and you can depend on God. Now, here's the funny thing. God is dog backwards, right? Dog is God spelled backwards. When I say God, if you don't like that word, a lot of people don't, I get it. I'm talking source, okay? Use source. I'm talking who it is that you really are, okay? Because that's what God is, you. That is literally you on the highest level of consciousness. You are God. You are not separate from God. Understand this. I know it's kind of comical, but there's a real message here, and I hope the jokish way that I explain it to you helps you to remember in times of need, in times of pain in your life. Your dog will always come to you, and you will always have this unconditional love connection, and it is powerful, and it is beautiful. And God is the exact same, but in reverse. You, to be able to depend on this connection and to experience all the benefits of it, which, mind you, there are so many. I'm going to share some of them with you in this video to help you to see that this is true and it's powerful. You need to go to God. You need to always look to God and love God and allow God to be who they are. Okay, remember, God is you. It's source. It's so simple. You can't depend on anything here in this world because it's always changing. It's always in flux. But you can depend on a dog and you can depend on God. And God is who you really are. And what I'm really saying to you here is the one thing you can depend on that is going to benefit your life. You have to be willing to love yourself. That is the same thing as loving God. You have to be willing to love yourself. You have to be willing to allow yourself to be who you are in this moment. You've got to be willing to allow life to change because life is just an expression of you. God consciousness, it's life. This is all you. You're here playing with yourself. I'm literally you speaking to yourself right now in this moment. I know there are some big changes happening right now. Some of them may be scary, some of them may be hard. And the things you depend on the most, make no mistake, they are the things that will let you down the most because you depended on them so deeply. It's time to let go because the more we depend on things in life, the more we cling to things, our jobs, our relationships, the story we tell ourselves about who we are, we cling to our identity. The more we do this, the harder life is going to be. Make no mistake, your clinging to things and attaching to things is what creates the suffering in your life. But there are two things that I am asking you consciously to reach for today. That's your dog and that's God, okay? You can depend on them for the same reason because they're always going to be here for you. Always. And they never let you down, and that never changes. But remember that it's backwards. Your dog will always come to you and give you love, and that is the power of the relationship. You need to go to God and give God your love. You need to praise God. And I know that this sounds strange, so let me just change the wording. You need to praise Source. Praise, love, be grateful, appreciate Source. Let's change the wording again. Source is who you really are. God is who you really are. You need to appreciate and be grateful to you. You need to allow yourself to be who you are. And through all these changes and all the things that seem to consistently let you down, and your mind begins to betray you, and you start coming up with these stories that life is against you, or people are against you, or there's hardships in your life. No, there's not. It's you. All of it is you. And if you appreciate who you are, and you love who you are, and you always allow yourself to be who you are, that is the same thing as going to God. And surely there are some people out there that have had Bibles beaten into their faces so much that they will strongly resist what I am saying right now because they are clinging to a story. But it is a false sense of security because the truth is literally what will set you free. That's literally what Jesus and other enlightened people were saying. It's not the story, it's not the dogma, it's not our jobs, it's not our finances, it's not our relationships, it's not this place, because even this too could change, and it will. The one thing that never changes is that you can count on the truth to always light up the darkness, to always illuminate. And it's really simple to access it, it really is. You have to be who you really are. That is the doorway to God. It's literally this simple. You don't have to change yourself and make yourself behave in certain ways to know God. As a matter of fact, that is the opposite. That is like walking away from God. And if this helps you, understand God put you here, right? Source put you here. You chose to be here and be exactly who you are right now in this moment. That means you are perfect. And to decide that there's something wrong with you or something that needs to be changed about this moment at all is to basically say, God, you failed. You got to understand that who you really are is this infinite intelligence, this almighty infinite love and compassion and light. That's you. So I want to make something very clear to you. In all these changes that you're going through right now in your life, let's just drop all the stories and the funny jokes about dogs. And let me just say this very plainly so that there is no misinterpretation here. Everything in your life has been changing, and it is going to continue to change. If this leaves your life, it opens up new space for this to come in. But if you were clinging to this, before, then this transition of this new thing coming in to take its place is going to be really painful and suffering. And then eventually you're going to begin, after a long time, to cling to this new thing that's here. You're going to cling to that and attach to that and depend on that. But even that too will leave. Something else will come and take its place. This is what Buddha means. Do not attach. It's all constantly moving by. It's all in flux. But you can count on God. You can count on Source. You can count on who you really are. And the abundance and the joy and the peace and the bliss and the divine connection that comes to you when you do go to God for what it is that you're looking for. Instead of thinking you're going to get it from some success or some relationship or some finance or whatever, this is what people do. You're not going to get it there. The only place you're going to get what you're really looking for is God. And I also don't like that word. So let's make this even more plain. The only place you're really going to get it is you. You. Literally you right now in this moment, who you are, you literally are the answer you have been looking for. You are the salvation. God is not some thing that is outside of you that you need to go to. I'm asking you to go to who you are right now in this moment. I'm asking you to love yourself. I'm asking you to allow yourself to be who you are. I'm asking you to love this, all of it. I know it changes, and I know you're scared sometimes, and I know it hurts. But you can depend on the power and the infinite loving connection when you go to the truth of who you are. That is something you can depend on. And make no mistake, this human person that we for so long in our lives have believed ourselves to be, that's going to change a lot too. One day Nathan will stand before you and he will be old. In the blink of an eye, he'll no longer be here. But I always will be, and so will you. I am you. We are exactly what I am talking about, the truth of who we are, this infinite, almighty light and presence of divine love, divine intelligence, incomprehensible to our mind, but absolutely able to be felt by our hearts. Don't cling to any of the things that are falling out of your life right now. That equals pain. There's only one thing that you can hold on to. And even that isn't about holding on. It's more about opening up and letting it in. And the simple way to do it, the simple way to access that transcendent raising of your consciousness, ascension of your vibration. And I know you feel it. There's no doubt of any energetic, sensitive person that can feel me right now in this moment and what I'm feeling. And I'm projecting that knowing for you to tune into, to tune to this frequency. There is an absolute knowing. You feel it. We are one right now. We are with God because we are God. You are Source. You are the higher self. It's not higher than you. It's right here, right now in this moment. That's why enlightened teachers ask us to be present. Because if we're constantly trying to be somewhere else, we're never here. And right here is where you are. Right here is where God is. That's what we've always been looking for. So let everything go. Let it all fall out. Let it all fade away. And you might see and watch your mind telling stories, negative stories about things, and oh, the whole world's against me. Let that go too. Let the thoughts go. Don't cling to them. Don't fuel them. Don't judge them. You just let them go. Just like you're letting everything else go. Let it all go because it is all coming off of you. It is all washing away. And all that's going to be left at the end of this process is the truth. And you will be embodying it. It will literally be you because you are no longer holding on to things that are not yours. You want to know what the spiritual awakening really is about? We could call it this, we could call it that. We could have so many conversations about it. We will. But it comes down to one very simple thing. It's you letting go of everything that does not belong to you. And when you do, there's only one thing left, who you really are, God. There's no separation. You are so much more amazing than you might realize. The clearest path to realizing it is to love yourself unconditionally, the same way your dogs do. Love yourself. You can love yourself right now. No, you don't have to get a better body at the gym before you can love yourself, my friend. No, you don't have to do something with crazy flashing lights and red carpets and have everybody know your name and have your faces on magazines before you can love yourself. No, you could love yourself right now. You don't have to have a partner with you holding your hand, professing their love to you, that I'll always be here for you. You don't have to have that even to love yourself. A lot of people only give themselves permission to love themselves if somebody else is standing here saying, I also love you. Even that is a false illusion. You need to love yourself right now for who you are. Right now in this moment. Stop trying to convince yourself that you'll finally love yourself and have what you need when you get this, or when you're in that location instead of this one, or when you've changed your life in this way, or when you finally have that job, or you finally have that dream relationship. There's only one place you're going to get what it is that you're looking for, my friend, and it is right here, right now in this moment within you. It is who you really are. That's all we've ever been looking for. We've been looking for ourselves. But you're right here. You're the one looking. We've been looking for God. You can depend on God. So what I'm really saying to you is, don't just reach for new things to cling to that are going to give you a false sense of security that you're going to depend on, and they're also going to leave. Maybe some things will stay in your life, but you understand the essence of what I'm saying. Everything is going to leave. It's going to change. Whatever you get in this life, you will die one day, and you will not be able to take it. All the money you make, you could be a billionaire. Guess what? You die. Congratulations. It's not going with you. What I'm really saying to you today is what you're really saying to yourself. Things are falling out of your life. That doesn't mean it's time to hold on to something new. It means it's time to just permanently let go. Because you've had enough things change in your life now that I know you have the intelligence to recognize holding on to anything never serves you. Never. It only gives you a false sense of security, a false sense of safety, but it's not real. There is literally only one place that you are going to get what it is that you're looking for. God. Source. The same thing. You. Who you really are. You're looking for yourself. You're not looking for a better job, okay? You're not looking for a better partner. You're not. You're not looking for better finances. You're not looking for a better location. You're looking for you. That's what you're looking for. People all over the world feel unhappy in their lives. They feel stuck. And this is what they do. Oh, it's the relationship I'm in. This person is the problem. Somebody else is going to make me happy. They are the source of my unhappiness. And they sabotage their relationships. And they leave them. It's an illusion. It's not your relationship that's the source of your feeling empty. It's not your job. It's not your finances. It's not the fact that you're not famous, and if you get famous, it's not going to do anything. You're looking for who you are. Now, I know I'm being intense right now, but I know you feel the truth of it. There's no anger here. There's just purity. This is the truth. People all over the world suffer and continue to blame everything else around them for it. It's these people in my life. Then you get new people. Oh, I'm still not fulfilled. It's this job. I'm going to quit that and I'm going to get this one. Oh, I'm still not fulfilled. Because you are not connected to who you really are. That's what you're looking for. And the funny thing is that once you're connected to who you really are, once you really know God, you become this unstoppable, infinite, powerful presence. You have always been, you just didn't know it. And everything works out for you. You get to live a beautiful life, beautiful relationships and interactions, job you love, epic financial abundance, travel wherever you want, do it with great people. But you got to find yourself first. And you're right here. You're looking for God. So look in the mirror. See what you see. And love it. Because that's God you're looking at, my friend. Nothing else is going to give you what you're looking for in this world. Nothing. Except God. That connection, that divine connection to who it is that you really are, that is the only thing. Everything else doesn't even scratch the surface. And I can't believe that I am literally finally a conscious person in my own life who can genuinely tell you that and know that it's true now. Nothing else is going to do it for you. Only knowing who it is that you really are is going to set you free. Freedom is what you seek. And you can have it, literally right now. Just love yourself, dude. Seriously. Love yourself. You're God. Love God. Praise God. Your dogs praise you. Praise God. God is dog backwards. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, the implications. If you'd like to know what level of consciousness you're at, vibrationally speaking, 3D, 4D, 5D, take the quiz in the description of this video. It's short, 20 questions, gives you profound information at the end to help to explain to you how to raise that consciousness. Because the truth is the connection to who we really are, it's always about consciousness. It's always about awareness. So check that out. You could check out those other links and opportunities I have in there. There's so many cool things. Check it out. And much love to you. Thanks for being you. Love yourself. Not tomorrow, not next week. Love yourself now. You're worth it. You really are. Do it. And watch how all of life merges to reflect and show you the divine love you've given yourself, the world will then give you. The world is you. You got to discover it within yourself first, then you can have it. You look outside for it first, you're on a fool's errand. Find it here, and you'll have it here. And it won't even matter anymore. You don't need it. You've got it right here. It's where it's always been. Thanks. Much love to you. Thanks for liking this video, sharing it with a friend. We appreciate you helping to get the message out there. See you in the next video.